Dane. If he wants to come and say, you know, these weren't 20 shell companies, they actually did something. He's invited today. We will drop everything.
Yeah, that was in September, but now Hunter Biden has agreed to come and testify with a condition that it be a public hearing. And Oversight Committee Chair James Comer is not dropping everything. He rejected the offer, demanding that Hunter first testify behind closed doors.
Our committee will first interview and depose witnesses. We then, of course, would welcome Hunter Biden to testify at a public hearing at a future date. Democrats should have no concern with first deposing and interviewing key witnesses. This is how they conducted their impeachment inquiry of former President Trump and the January 6th committee.
It's true for the people who showed up. Hunter Biden's lawyer, Abby Lowell, writing in a letter to the committee, his reasons for wanting to keep it public: we have seen you use closed-door sessions to manipulate, even distort the facts and misinform the public. We therefore propose opening the door. If, as you claim, your efforts are important and involve issues that Americans should know about, then let the light shine on these proceedings. My question is, if Hunter Biden's testimony is so pivotal, why not let it happen? I mean, the other option is he comes in behind closed doors, invokes his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. You know, he's facing numerous federal charges. Or they could get a protracted court fight. I would think the Republican leadership would take Hunter Biden's offer as a big win. Back with me, Scottie Nell Hughes, former Trump campaign surrogate, Andrew Yang, co-chair of the Forward Party, and Tony Powell, host of the Powell to the People podcast. All right. What's the issue here?
There should be no issue. I love transparency in government. As much as C-SPAN can put me to sleep at night, sometimes it can also wake me up in the morning. As much as I hate to think of another penny of taxpayer dollars being spent on policing themselves, this is a conversation that if we're going to have it, it needs to be in front of the public eye. His response should have been the response the Republicans that were being asked to testify should have been their response as well. If we're going to sit there and say tit for tat, then the Republicans, they didn't have the right response. They should have had everything in public as well.
Yeah, if someone gives you a gift, take it. You know, if he says like, sure,
right, make it conditional. Make it conditional upon him not invoking his Fifth Amendment. Well, all right, we'll do it in public as long as you promise he won't invoke his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. Seems like a huge win.
Or let him do the Fifth Amendment. Let him say Fifth Amendment. That speaks volumes.
Seriously.
He's volunteering to come in and put himself out there in front of the whole nation, and to get rid of whatever the innuendo is, because right now it works. It's like a, you know, it's a two-sided mirror. You know, we can say, well, yeah, we want to invite him in, but we want to depose him first, and that way, when we get him behind closed doors, then you can leak whatever you want leaked, and shape it the way however you want it shaped. If he's in front of the American people, live and in person, everybody asking their questions, and as you said, if he can't invoke his Fifth Amendment rights, then why wouldn't you take it? So there's a reason why you wouldn't.
Well, because Republicans learned, looking at what the Democrats did to them with the J6 interviews, with the impeachment interviews, they learned that that was the best way to manipulate the story and to hold on to the story. They learned from the best of the situation. So they want to have the same thing, controlling the narrative.
From transparency.
Well, no, they learned from the Democrats on how not to have transparency.
Oh, well, how was the January 6th committee not
because it's first put behind, they first had to come in for interviews behind closed doors and answer questions, and then it became in front of everyone else. They're just doing the same, using the same rule book that was applied to them.
But I feel like Dan said a lot of the folks didn't show up for that.
So then led Hunter Biden not show up for it as well.
Oh, exactly, and he's actually agreeing to show up, which I'm going to suggest, again, it's a gift. If they don't take it...
I think Steve Bannon initially offered to do it in public only,
and
then refused to appear. And he's now been charged.
Happened.
But by the way, there are a number of other people who haven't been charged for not showing up. I mean, Dan Scavino, Mark Meadows, Jim Jordan, and Kevin McCarthy refused. Yeah. So this is Tim Burchett. He was on the show. He's a member of the House Oversight Committee, a Republican. He was on the show on Wednesday. I was expecting him. I laid out my whole argument for why not accept it, right? And I started with, tell me what I'm getting wrong. This is what Burchett said.
I don't really have a problem either way. I'm an open door kind of guy. I believe in transparency in everything and in government. Let him come. I don't care if he wants to, you know, if he wants to sit in a bathtub and do it, I don't care. Just get his dadgum butt before the committee and let's ask him some tough questions. I think we get caught too much minutia and the public's going to lose interest in this thing, and we really lose our moral high ground.
I'm shocked more Republicans aren't just taking that position.
That is why Congressman Birch is one of the great gems of Tennessee, and that's why, because he literally does not care what other people think. I mean, he's the kind of guy that hosts a Christmas party with a banjo in his office, identifying the stereotype for it. He just wants to move on.
He said he started his answer to me by saying, well, I don't think my colleagues are going to be happy about what I'm about to say.
They're usually not happy with him. I mean, let's just remember, he was just assaulted a few weeks ago in the hallways.
I asked him about that, too. And, anyway. But,
it was a great interview.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.